Have you ever opened a technical document and felt like it was written in another language? Maybe it was a dense API reference, or a medical report filled with acronyms, or an onboarding manual that seemed to assume you'd already worked there for 10 years. You are not alone. Understanding complex documentation can feel like decoding hieroglyphics, and it's a problem that cuts across industries and roles. Now, picture this. You're a patient trying to make sense of your health records. You see technical medical words and you're stuck searching the web for answers that may or may not be accurate. Maybe you're a new hire at a tech company handed a 200-page internal guide. It's filled with new concepts with no explanations. Or you're a developer diving into legacy documentation written years ago by someone who is long gone. In every one of these situations, there's a common thread: misunderstanding. And those misunderstandings come at a cost in time, in productivity, and in trust. They slow people down, cause errors, and create barriers to learning. That's where ClarifyAI comes in. ClarifyAI is a GenAI powered pipeline designed to rewrite complex technical documents into plain, understandable language without stripping away the important details. But it's more than just a summarizer. It's a precision tool that blends generative AI with embeddings and retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, to produce clear, structured content that people can actually understand. Here's how it works. First, we start by creating a domain-specific knowledge base. This might include definitions from medical databases, internal company glossaries, legal dictionaries, whatever is relevant to the document you're working with. We embed that knowledge base using Google Gemini, turning each definition into a numerical representation that AI can search through intelligently. Here is some code implementing this in Python. For embedding, the tasks are the most important part. Retrieval documents is how you build the knowledge base. Retrieval query is how you retrieve from it. This function is then used in a vector DB, which in this case is ChromaDB. Next, we extract the raw text from your source, whether that's a PDF, a web page, or a text file. This can be implemented using PDF Plumber for PDFs. PDFs often contain new lines, tabs, and other artifacts that can confuse language models. We clean the extracted text to make it more suitable for embedding and generation using a simple function. Then, ClarifyAI scans the documents to identify the most technical or specialized terms. In code, that looks like this: an intermediate prompt to get the terms, using AI to help AI. This step can be bypassed, however, in which case the whole document will be used. This would lead to an increase in cost and latency though, depending on the size of the document. From here, it's all about matching terms to definition. We use these terms to make a query to ChromaDB, our specialized knowledge base, thereby retrieving all the relevant definitions that match up to these terms. Finally, with all that context in hand, ClarifyAI prompts the generative AI model to rewrite the entire document in plain language, but only using the trusted definitions you've provided. This is the most critical part. It requires a well-written prompt to give the AI clear and understandable instructions and directions, but it also involves attaching the document and the definitions to the prompt. The result? a version of the original content that keeps the structure, retains the key details, and uses explanations that are accurate and specific to your domain. That's what makes Clarify AI different from generic summarizers. Other tools might compress or oversimplify, losing the nuance along the way. Clarify AI preserves the integrity of your original document while making it accessible to people who don't speak the technical language, whether they are patients, students, new employees, or clients. And the best part, you stay in control. Because Clarify AI only draws from sources you trust, you don't have to worry about hallucinated definitions or vague explanations. Whether you're decoding medical terms, legal policies, engineering specs, or onboarding manuals, Clarify AI is your AI-powered translator. There are some current limitations like limited to text and scaling for use in large documents. However, as AI advances both in hardware and software, a pipeline like this can only get better. This approach is not just about simplifying documents. It points to a future where understanding is no longer limited by your background. GenAI, when guided by the right context, can make even the most technical content accessible to everyone.